going on, YouTube? So just got done with my Tennessee Northwestern preview, so wanted to do my Florida State Houston preview. Now, this is the Peach Bowl, and Houston is the only non-Power 5 team, so Group of 5 team in a New Year's Six Bowl, and I really think they do actually have a pretty good chance to not only compete but win this game. So should be interesting. Start with my 3 keys for Florida State. So the first one is limit Houston to less than 5 20-yard plays or 20-plus yard plays. So this is a Houston team that can be very explosive, obviously. They have one of the best, I think one of the best quarterbacks in the country, especially one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks in Greg Ward. He's got a good arm. He can run. He's thrown for over 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns throwing, and has like over 1,000 yards and 19 touchdowns running. So, and I think he missed a game or two. So this is a guy that obviously you got to watch out for. He's a great quarterback, and I don't really know. I mean, obviously you can't slow him down completely, but do what you can to at least minimize the big plays, which is kind of what's kept Houston going. And I think the Navy game was the one where Navy, they just pretty much buried Navy with 52 points, and seemed like big play after big play. So move on to my second key, which is get Dalvin Cook 25-plus carries. He's a star of your team, and one of the best running backs in the country. Let him do his thing. I think if he can get 150, 175, maybe even 200 yards rushing, that puts way too much pressure on Houston, and that puts Florida State in a good spot. Third one is have Sean McGuire have less than 2 turnovers. So he's been pretty good so far this year. The team's been rolling a lot better under him than Everett Golson. So I'm not saying he needs to throw for like 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Obviously that would help, but just manage the ball. Don't put the ball in Greg Ward's hands. That is a very capable offense. They can score a ton of points. So go ahead and move into my 3 keys for Houston. So the first one is score 30-plus points. This is a Florida State team that's had trouble scoring points all season. Also a team that seems to start slow out of the gate all season. So if you can bury them early, that's a good thing to do. Obviously, Houston's had very good luck this year when they score 30-plus points. The only game they lost was when they scored 17 and lost to UConn by 3. So, and they got a very slow start in that game. Like I said, start fast and you'll probably be fine. And like I said, this is a Houston team that has a lot of weapons, and brings me to my second key, which is Brandon Wilson, 100-plus yards. He didn't really have much to do against Temple. He didn't get very many carries. It was pretty much all Greg Ward that game. I think he only got like 11 carries for 70 yards, and I don't even think he had a touchdown. So if he can get 100-plus yards, he's not going to get a whole lot of touches, I don't think. But he's been, his yards per carry has been pretty solid this year. I think it's around 4.5 or 5 yards per carry. So let him do his thing. When he actually gets the ball and control the clock, don't give Florida State too much of a chance. So my third key is let Greg Ward do his thing, which is pretty obvious. But like I said, this is a player that can do it through the air. He can do it on the ground. He has a few weapons at wide receiver that he can get it to. Most notably, DeMarcus Ayers had over 1,000 yards and I want to say 6 touchdowns this year. So like I said, let him do what he needs to do, rushing, passing, whatever. Obviously, he's going to be able to, I think he'll be able to rush for maybe 100 yards and a touchdown or 2. He has 19 rushing touchdowns this year, so finding the end zone is going to be no problem for him. All right, so time to move into my prediction. And I'm actually going to go with Houston in this game. I know that I picked against Florida State, against Florida, and that didn't go so well. But I've got a lot of confidence in Houston this year. I think this is a good year for for AAC teams against Power 5 teams. Memphis against Ole Miss was a good example. But I really have a good feeling about Houston in this game. They've whenever I picked them, they backed me up pretty well this year. So except against Navy, I picked Navy in that game and they destroyed Navy. So should be, like I said, should be a really interesting game. It's one I'm really looking forward to. Don't just say because it's not a bad Florida State team, but lower-ranked Florida State team than normal against a non-Power 5 team and just kind of disregard the game. It should be a good one. One that involves a lot of athletic players, a lot of weapons on offense, two decent defenses too. It really is, I think, two evenly matched teams. They're not really the same style teams because one has a better quarterback than the other, one has a better running back than the other. But yeah, like I said, should be interesting to watch. Another key matchup that I wanted to say before I stop this video was it should be interesting to see the two stars on defense for each team, which is Jalen Ramsey for Florida State. Should be a top 10 pick, been great this year. And then Landon Roberts for Houston. I believe he has, let's say, upwards of 15 tackles for loss this year. He's been great at linebacker this year, and they're the two leaders on both their defense, or for both their defenses. So I think it should be a really interesting game to watch. Like I said, I will put the links to my last 5 prediction videos in the description below. It's along with my Twitter, along with my Instagram handle. So should be definitely should go check those out. Like I said in the last video, comment. I like to hear what you guys think about everything. I don't only try to respond to most everyone who comments. Just say what I think about it, and then give it a like, subscribe, check out the rest of my bold prediction videos. So yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.